Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. Lisa, welcome to the show. How can I help?
Hi, good evening, doctor. Let's see, the first thing I'd like to say, well, your staff is really nice. They're really nice and helpful. I have I'm just getting over a yeast infection. I get these maybe about once a year, and I just wanted to know if garlic helps and also cranberry juice.
Okay, so you have a yeast infection that you get, you said yearly around that time?
Yeah, maybe once a year I get it. But I'm going to tell you what happened this time was that I ran out of the garlic. I hadn't even noticed, and I had been out of it for maybe about a month or so. And then as soon as I got my garlic, then it's like the yeast infections left.
Now, when you're talking yeast infection, you're talking vaginal yeast infection, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, wherever you have the yeast issue, whether it's in the vagina or if it's in the mouth, or even if it's just in the digestive tract proper, it comes from the digestive tract. That's where it begins. Yeast infections are always built up from the digestive tract, and they can go in different areas of the body. And some of the best ways to get rid of that, I mean, garlic can help, but it's not one of the top remedies or top ways to get rid of yeast. One of the better things to do is to change the way of what you're putting inside your body every single day. So the things you're eating, either you're going to produce more yeast or you're going to help the body get rid of the yeast. So, for example, if you eat processed foods and sugars, and I wouldn't do cranberry juice because even though it does have some good properties for, say, urinary tract infections against bacteria, you know, when you're dealing with yeast, anything with sugar in it, even if it's natural, can feed the yeast. So you want to stay off of that. What I would do is kind of suggest a cleanse. It's called the Super Cleanse. It's in my book, Empowering Your Health, along with a bunch of other ideas in there, and, of course, great things, pretty much health from A to Z. But in there, I talk a lot about a Super Cleanse, and what it does, it helps clear the body out of yeast from the digestive tract, which is going to help pull it out from every other area, including the vagina, and it's important to get started with that. I usually go about 3 to 5 days. That's what we do clinically with someone, and it's a great way to go. It's a real simple solution. What you'll do is in a typical 12-ounce glasses of water, purified water, you'll do 2 tablespoons of organic maple syrup, and you'll squeeze half a lemon in there. And then also you want to do a pinch of cayenne pepper. That little solution, you can do about 10 to 12 glasses a day of that. Sip on it every 15 minutes. No food for 3 to 5 days. I know that seems like a long time, but you can definitely make it. And that little bit of solution actually will keep your blood sugar stabilized while you're going through that process. And it helps clear yeast out of the body everywhere. Now, once you finish with that, it's good to start on a regimen, an eating regimen that will promote the digestive tract to be healthy, to be free and clear of excess yeast, fungal bacteria, infections, any of those. And it will help give the body the kinds of foods that it needs. Remember, you either give foods that bring health to the body, or you're eating foods that take health out of the body. You're doing one or the other every single day. So it's not just garlic. It's a little bit more than that. It's more of a lifestyle. It's more of eating a certain way so your body can function a certain way. Very simple principles. When you start eating the anti-inflammatory diet after that, what you want to do is you definitely want to start taking a tablespoon a day of oregano oil, and that will help keep the yeast from regrowing, because a lot of times, even if there's just a little bit left in there, almost like mold on the wall, on side of a wall in a house, it just likes to grow and grow and grow and grow, even if there's a little spot of it. So you want to make sure you keep it clear, and by putting the right kind of foods in your body, you're going to see a huge difference. And then that yearly yeast infection that maybe you're used to seeing will probably go away. Okay? Thanks for the call, Lisa. Pretty simple to follow. Just pick up a copy of the book and follow that simple protocol. I think you'll see some great results. All right? Talk to you. The show that's empowering your health. Give us a call, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. If you need a new prescription for your life and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, let's go to Michael. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show, my friend. How can I help?
Well, I'm 53 years old, and I'm type 2 diabetic. And I've been taking glucophage and Actos, and then my A1C always kind of hangs in there right about 6.8. And but then last winter I had the opportunity to walk, so I did a lot of walking indoors. But I was wondering if cinnamon and obviously some other things could help I'm pretty careful about what I eat.
How long have you been taking glucophage, Michael?
Oh, gosh, probably 5 years.
How long have you been diagnosed?
About 5 years, but probably I might have been type 2 before that.
Yeah, sometimes usually people are until you get the test done. What was your A1C when you got diagnosed? Where was your A1C and your blood sugar at that point?
Right about probably 9.
Okay.
And then I got it down to 7, and then 6.5, and 6.8.
Tell me what you're eating.
Careful. Huh?
Tell me what you're eating on a regular basis. Give me a typical day in the life of Michael.
Well, I don't drink cow's milk. I use soy, and because my wife likes it. And so, let's see. Today I had peanut butter and jelly sandwich with probably wheat in the bread, and then for a lunch I had a bag of chips. And for supper, though, I had a piece of steak, a salad, and some corn that was fresh grown. Not much because I watched the carbs.
Right. Well, you're. I'm going to do my best to go easy on you right here. Okay.
No, I know you're. It's okay.
You don't mind if I drop the hammer? What in the heck are you thinking? First of all, we've got to get rid of the soy, my friend. Seriously. Soy, let me talk to you about that for a second, okay? We'll get to the whole diabetes thing in just a moment, but soy is a big deal for your wife as well. Any kind of soy milk, soy products, really, really bad as far as changing the hormone profile in the body. For men, for us, it will raise our estrogen level, that's the female hormone, and it lowers our testosterone. Right? So not a good thing. That's the opposite of what you and I are trying to accomplish. And so you want to get rid of the soy, switch to goat's milk. I'm okay with that. It's the closest molecular structure to human mother's milk. So if you're going to drink milk, that's the best one to go with. And like goat's milk yogurt and things like that, that's all fine. Okay, so if you're going to go with, and it tastes fine, and, if you're going to drink it with warm tea or whatever, however you want to do, if you just don't mix it with cereal, because I want to pull you off all grains right now. So for your wife, it throws off her estrogen and progesterone levels. Now, with you, everything that you eat, everything that you put inside your body right now, when you're dealing with type 2 diabetes, everything counts. More than glucophage, more than even some of the minerals I'm going to tell you about, food is the greatest drug that you have. It's your greatest weapon against type 2 diabetes. I've got a very close friend of mine that was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and in 8 weeks, he got rid of it. Now, we see that clinically all the time with my physicians in our natural medicine clinics. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do, okay? Very important. Throw away the way you're eating right now. Your dinner was fine. You got to throw away the PB&J, the wheat bread, the chips. You have to eat solid meals 3 times a day and a handful of almonds or walnuts in between your meals. Here are the minerals that you need to take to help rebuild your pancreas: ionic vanadium, ionic manganese, ionic chromium, and alpha-lipoic acid. All 4 of those will be important every single day, along with the foundational 4 supplements, and follow the anti-inflammatory diet in my book, Empowering Your Health. If you will do that, come off the soy, I have seen numbers like the A1Cs go from 9 down to 5 in a matter of months. You can do the same thing, too. You're no different. Questions about your health? Phone lines are open, 888-283-7272. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
Phone lines are open this hour as we talk about life and talk about health. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. I'm your health and lifestyle coach, the show that's empowering your health. Thanks for joining me on the program. If you need a new prescription for your life, and call in right now with questions about your health, 888-283-7272, or send me an email. An email came in. George from Portland, Oregon writes, just been diagnosed with 2 thyroid nodules They want to remove them with surgery. What's your opinion? Well, George, a couple of things when you're dealing with the thyroid. Number one, you want to make sure that your thyroid stays healthy no matter what. Whenever a gland swells or creates nodules of any kind, typically it's the gland not getting what it needs. And that can be any gland in the body, but with the thyroid especially, you're looking at a trace mineral called iodine. When iodine is low in the body, and it's low in just about every American because it's not in our diet anywhere, and you're low in iodine, your body needs to make sure that it gets plenty of it. And so one of the best things you can do is do a little iodine patch test. Take a drop of organic iodine, put it on your skin, on the underarm area, right on the inside of your arm when the skin's real thin. Watch it and put the drop on there. It'll turn a yellowish-orange color. If it disappears within 3 hours, then you know you definitely are deficient. Men need 150 micrograms a day. Women need 450 micrograms per day. And it makes the thyroid function right. I've seen a lot of nodules that have gone away because of organic iodine. Now, if it's cancerous, if they're thinking that it's cancer, I would still work on the iodine. It's not going to hurt it. It's only going to help it if they can remove the nodules, if they're persistent about it. And again, this is, there's a lot of testing I would need to see, diagnostic tests I would need to look at to give you even more information. But for some general information, they can remove the nodules and keep the thyroid intact. That's not a bad option. If they want to remove the whole thyroid, the entire thing, that's something you really want to think about, okay? Because when you remove them, you're in a whole different ballgame. The body can function even with the size of a pea left of the thyroid gland. But when you remove the whole thing, that's when it's completely gone. You're dependent on medication forever, and that's going to be something that you definitely don't want to have to do. I mean, medication's fine for a short period of time in emergency situations. Of course, it's very helpful, and we use it in our clinic a lot. But the deal is you want to get the body functioning as well as it can on its own, and that's the goal, especially with thyroid, whether it's hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism or nodules or whatever it might be. You want to keep it functioning as well as you can. So organic iodine, also the amino acid L-tyrosine, about 3,000 milligrams per day, can help the thyroid function much better and help with nodules. So check with your physician on that. Talk with them. I don't think they'll have an issue with that. If you want to read a great book by a famous endocrinologist named Broda Barnes, he wrote all on organic iodine and its effects with the thyroid and why the thyroid is so dependent on iodine and how we don't have it in our supply, in our food supply anymore in America. Okay, thanks for that email. Questions about your health? Give me a call, 888-283-7272. That's what we're here for, to diagnose hope and give you things to empower your health. Let's go to Edna. Hi, Edna. Welcome to the show, darling.
Hello.
How can I help? Hi there.
Is there any way to get rid of kidney stones that are calcium-based or dissolve them?
Sure, there are. There are plenty of ways to help with kidney stones. Now, is this something you've dealt with many times, or is this a first-time occurrence that you're seeing?
Many years.
Have you passed? How many have you passed probably in the last 10 years?
It's for someone else, but they when they break up, they cause scarring, and that is constriction for the elimination of
yes,
even
it
the
is.
fluid.
Are you a big green vegetable eater?
Green, somewhat.
Yes. Okay. Do you like spinach?
Yes.
Okay. There's a couple things you do not ever need to eat when you develop calcium-based kidney stones. And by the way, most kidney stones are calcium-based. Oh. And they're made from calcium oxalate. Now, the oxalate part is based off of oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is in high concentration in two foods, spinach and kale, which are really, really dark, leafy greens. You want to stay away from those. Now, of course, they've got great health benefits, but you can get great green vegetable benefits from broccoli and things like asparagus. So you'll be fine, but you have to stay away from kale, spinach, collard greens, all of those sorts. And anything in that family, they're highly concentrated in oxalic acid. Genetically, people that develop kidney stones based on calcium oxalate crystals, genetically you do not have an enzyme that helps break down oxalic acid. And so the more you eat, literally just eating it 3 times a week is too much. And so if you eat the spinach and the kale and the collard greens on a regular basis, you're going to form calcium oxalate crystals, and they're going to sit and reside in the kidneys. So that's going to be a big no-no. Now, another thing that can help, too, prevent kidney stones with you is to make sure your vitamin D levels are high. Now, when I say high, the typical range runs from about 40 to about 60 or 70 on a blood test. Go to your physician and get a blood test. Keep the numbers of your vitamin D between about 70 and 90, even more on the higher side, like 90. It's not unsafe to do that. It's actually fine. And the older you are, the more important it is, especially as a female, because that vitamin D is your body's going to utilize the calcium that's in your bloodstream. See, another thing is if you have excess calcium in the blood, let's say your calcium levels are normal, and you don't have very much vitamin D, which is very common with a lot of women. Okay, I mean, people that I see clinically right now, the women are coming in with vitamin D levels around 10 and 15, which is just astronomically low and can cause osteoporosis, osteopenia, cause issues with all their hormones. It can just make them a wreck. And so you want to keep your numbers up. So if you have plenty of calcium in the blood but not enough vitamin D, you will not utilize the calcium that you have. And so you go in, you have low calcium levels, seemingly you have brittle bones, and so the physician puts you on a calcium supplement thinking that's going to help. It's not. It's the vitamin D. So you get your vitamin D levels up. You'll utilize the calcium in the blood into your bones. There won't be excess calcium floating around in the blood everywhere, which can enable stones to form into the kidneys. So get your vitamin D up, stay away from the spinach, kale, and the dark leafy greens like collard greens, and you should be good to go. That'll take care of it, okay? Thanks for the call. Questions about your health, phone lines are open. Check in with me, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. If you need a new prescription for your life and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, your body is regenerating every single day. Folks, 80% of our health challenges are diet and lifestyle related. You can lifestyle your way out.
Did you know that you can listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Phone lines are open this hour as we talk about life and talk about health. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. The show where your health is your greatest wealth. I'm your health and lifestyle coach, and this is Healthy Talk Radio. Thanks for joining me on the program. If you'd like to participate in the show, you can jump in and call 888-283-7272. Check in, get on the phone, and let's get well. 888-283-7272. It's time to stop worrying, folks, and start living. Let's get healthy together, just you and me. Your answers are just a phone call away. You can also go online. Send a short and easy-to-read email. I'll do my best to make it part of the show. Empowering your health, empowering your life. That's what this show is all about. Let's go to Marlon. Hi, Marlon. Welcome to the show. How can I help?
Thanks for taking my call. I have a lot of things going on. I've been under a lot of stress the last, say, 3.5 years. Went through an unexpected divorce. I have a 13, which is fixing to be a 13-year-old. My vitamin D levels, I've been listening to you on the radio, on your program. My vitamin D level is down. The doctor had recommended 50,000 units, I think I use, or something, of a vitamin D. I went out and bought vitamin D3, 1,000 milligrams a day.
Right.
And, I do have thyroid problems, so I'm on Thyroid, and I have acid reflux real bad, which I also have an eye issue that goes on. I have very, very poor vision. I have no central vision. So it just seems like everything's overwhelming right now.
Okay. Well, we need to start with the basics.
Okay.
That's what we need to do, start with the basics. Now, thyroid, acid reflux, you said you had an issue with your eye. What's going on with your eye? I didn't catch that.
My optic nerve doesn't work correctly. I have no central vision. I only have peripheral vision. So I'd like to know something, and it seems like recently that's been a lot worse. I guess stress still yet, when I get real stressful, the vision's more blurred. I'm not taking any other vitamins at all at this time. I do take Synthroid 112, whatever it is a day.
Micrograms, it's 100,
yes,
micrograms. Yeah.
And every time I take, yes, I do. And when I take the Protonics or the Prevacid or something, I get joint pain. If I stay on it regular for like a couple weeks, I get a lot of stiffness and joint pain.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You will get the stiffness and the joint pain. No doubt about that. There's a couple things you want to do when you're thinking about all this, Marlon. Yes, remember the whole body approach plays a huge role. So you've gone through a divorce, you've been under a lot of stress. That's the mental side of health in what's called the health triangle in natural medicine. Mm-hmm. So when we look at the whole body, everything plays a key role, even with your thyroid, even with acid reflux, even with your eye. That's why you said when you get stressed, your eye seems to aggravate more, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's a component with that, and we have to when we recognize that and embrace that, it helps us figure out what's wrong. And in medicine and healthcare, alike with different specialties, that's why when specialties come together under one roof, different ones, toward a common goal to get someone well, that's why we always see the greatest results. That's why integrated medicine or natural medicine is really coming on now, and people are embracing it and seeing it for what it is, because it's not one-sided. You're looking at all things at once. So let's look at how your body is breaking down. Now, thyroid issues, how long ago did you get diagnosed?
Oh, it's been probably 15 years ago, but it must have been worsening because I'm gaining weight more now.
Okay.
My heart rate seems to be more rapid at times. I feel like I'm choking sometimes at night, especially when I lay down.
That's pretty common. All those symptoms are. And if you've been dealing with this for about 15 years, we need to come up with some new situation, a new plan. You got to come up with a new regimen for your life so you can live the way that you were designed to live. Now, the divorce, obviously we can't do anything about that. That is life, and that's tough. But dealing with that and going through some stress management is a major deal. Coming up with ways for you to manage through that is going to be important, and having a good support group, friends, family, and of course around you. That's a huge part. It really is. The body breaking down, stress triggering other things. And of course, that's a big issue, but there's a lot of things we can do on the chemical side of the health triangle and the structural side of the health triangle. Both of those are going to be equally important in this equation. So the chemical side, what is that? That's your body physiology, how well it works, how your heart, liver, lungs, kidneys, how all your different organ systems work. If the body has any nutritional deficiencies, that's where it lands, is in the chemical side of the health triangle. Now, what's the structural side? The structural side are the bones, muscles, nerves, and all the acupuncture meridian points. A lot of Eastern medicine combines in with the structural side of the equation, but it's important. All of it's important, okay? And you've got different things in the body that trigger others. So, for example, there's a little muscle behind the knee, and it helps trigger in and connects in with the gallbladder and its function. So there's a lot of different interconnected points in the body, along with acupuncture, that make a big difference. So with you, thyroid not working well, they're giving you Synthroid, which is pretty standard treatment nowadays. So a lot of patients come in, they're taking Synthroid. I mean, it's really, really a big standard. However, the thyroid, the reason it begins to slow down and not work properly many times is because the body doesn't have enough organic iodine. Iodine is a trace mineral that the body needs for the thyroid to function better. Now, a lot of times we do things in our daily living, okay, our lifestyle choices, that can hinder the thyroid from functioning properly, such as showering in chlorinated water, drinking tap water that has chlorine in it, because whatever touches your skin goes into your bloodstream, about 75%. It's important to understand that. And so do a little iodine patch test. There's 2 self-tests you can do at home. Now, there's also a urine clearance test, but it's more invasive. It takes a lot longer, and it's very expensive. You can usually find out the kind of iodine that your body needs by these 2 little self-tests. Number 1, take a little drop of iodine, put it on your skin. It'll turn a yellow-orange color. It goes away. In about 3 hours, you're pretty deficient in iodine. You want to get that, work with your physician. Iodine will help enhance Synthroid, levothyroxine, and Armour, but you can't take it at the same time. So if you take your medication in the morning, you want to take iodine in the afternoon around 2 o'clock. But when I say it enhances it because it starts making the thyroid work better on its own. You typically are able to lower your dose of medication, which is a win-win for everybody. So that's thyroid, all right? The reason that your thyroid, you have a hard time swallowing too, is the thyroid begins to swell. It's called a goiter. And you can have that happen with low thyroid function. You can also have it with high thyroid function or fast thyroid function. And when the goiter starts swelling, even just a little bit, it's enough to create swallowing issues, and that's probably what's going on. So that's another thing. Iodine, tyrosine, which is an amino acid, helps the thyroid function better. You want to stay away from the cabbage family, so anything with Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, lettuce, you want to stay away from all of that. It will slow down the thyroid. Also, we want to stay away from strawberries. Strawberries naturally have a halide component to them, similar to chlorine, and it can block the receptors and it can slow down thyroid function. You want to increase your coconut oil to about 3 to 4 tablespoons per day and help with thyroid function much better. And then also let's move on from that to acid reflux. Acid reflux, a different component all within itself. It typically means that your body doesn't have enough stomach acid. Now, we think acid reflux, you've got too much acid. That would be what most people would think. But acid reflux is actually not enough acid in the small intestine to be able to break down your proteins and your fats. So the way you want to do that is you want to increase hydrochloric acid, HCl, and you do 2 tablets with each meal. Makes a huge difference. You'll notice in a day with your acid reflux that you're dealing with phosphoric acid. We've heard about that being in soda drinks and things like that, but organic phosphorus you can pick up at a health food store, and it works wonders. The eye issue with you not having central vision, but it getting worse with stress, I would increase your B vitamins, a liquid B vitamin, full B complex, do about 20 drops 3 times a day. That's water soluble, so you really can't get too much of the B vitamins. And you simply want to put that in water, take it with meals. It's better to take B vitamins with meals, much better too. Actually, the absorption rate is a lot better. And then also, you want to consider taking lutein, L-U-T-E-I-N-E, I believe is how you spell it, but lutein, you can actually pick that. It's a byproduct of vitamin A. You can pick that up at a health food store. But that's shown great promise in a lot of recent studies for eye health and with central vision issues. So that, along with high levels of vitamin A, 1 tablespoon of cod liver oil has close to 30 to 40,000 units. They're called IUs, or international units of vitamin A. And that's what I would encourage you to do, is to start taking a tablespoon a day of cod liver oil, keeping the vitamin A levels up. Now, the vitamin D that your doctor prescribed, depending on what numbers you have with vitamin D, if there was low, like 15, 20, 25, you want to take about 30 to 40,000 units a day for about 8 weeks. Then you want to tailor down to about 5,000 units a day for a maintenance dose. And typically you can't get too much vitamin A unless you take it for a long, long, long period of time. If you do that 30 to 40,000 units every day, not just once a week, which is the typical prescription, but every day for about 8 weeks, then do your blood test again. You'll see your number be up around 90, and then you take about 5,000 units is the way they're written out. And then it'll keep it at a maintenance level around 70. That's typical what we've seen clinically. You want to check with your physician on that. You want to stay, of course, in the guidelines with he or she. We're all on the same team together. No one's overriding anybody, but just suggest that we talked and run that by them. But that'll make a big difference. Remember, vitamin D is not a vitamin. It's a hormone. We just keep it in the vitamin category, but it has a huge role in the body for immune system. It's one of the best things you can take for swine flu, keeping the viral infections out of the body. But do that with the thyroid and then also with acid reflux. Get started on the anti-inflammatory diet. Everything you eat every single day is more important than anything I told you. Food is the greatest drug we have. That's how our body regenerates and makes new healthy cells every single day based on what you put inside of your body. Thanks for being a great listener, and thanks for the call. Great talking with you. Questions about your health, phone lines are open. Check in with me. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. I'm your health and lifestyle coach. The show that's empowering your health. We'll be right back with more Healthy Talk Radio. Remember, there's always hope to get your health back.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Phone lines are open this hour as we talk about your life and talk about your health. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. I'm your health and lifestyle coach. The show that's empowering your health. Thanks for joining me on the program. If you need a new prescription for your life, then make an appointment with me right now. 888-283-7272. Let's go to an email real quick. Jan from Topeka, Kansas writes, I've been struggling with depression. I've been taking a lot of antidepressants, and I'm really tired of it. What can I do? Well, let me tell you a couple things. Some great news and some research that's out. Actually, with depression, it's usually serotonin. And serotonin is one of our brain chemicals. It's called a neurotransmitter, and it gets low. And that's why you give things like Prozac. And you give things such as that to help balance out your serotonin levels. But, it only lasts for a certain period of time. And it kind of numbs you out to life. It just makes you kind of numb. You don't have any highs. You don't have any lows. You're just kind of numb. And, of course, it can help you function. It keeps you stable, and you don't have the drops and the dips. But it also can keep you in a place where it's really challenging. So let me encourage you something. There's some new research out. There is an amino acid called tyramine. Okay? Tyramine is found in cheese, such as any of the cheeses. And the hard cheeses, the harder the cheese, the more concentration of tyramine. So the Pecorino Romano, or the real dark, hard cheeses, the pungent kind of cheeses, which I'm a huge cheese lover. So the Pecorino Romano, by the way, is sheep cheese. Sheep and goat cheese are some of the best cheeses you can eat, and they're on the anti-inflammatory diet, by the way, and they're great for digestive health. Unbelievable. They've got great fats to them. They've got a lot of probiotics, which put the good bacteria back in our digestive tract. Phenomenal. So cheese is actually great for you. Sheep and goat cheese, phenomenal. But the hard cheeses have a lot of tyramine, and they found that tyramine raises serotonin levels naturally. Matter of fact, if someone is taking an antidepressant of any kind, or anything such as an MAO inhibitor, any of the monoamines, and someone eats a lot of cheese, you have to actually pull them off the medication. It's a contraindication, eating cheese. So if you'll just eat more cheese, it can help raise your levels of serotonin and make you feel a lot better. So that's one thing that can really help if you find yourself taking a lot of antidepressants. Eat more cheese. I'll put it to you this way. I eat almost a large block of sheep cheese a week. It's phenomenal for your overall health, and it keeps you feeling good. It just keeps your overall health feeling good. It's good for your digestive tract as well. Thanks for that email. Questions about your health, give us a call, 888-283-7272. Let's go to Edana. Did I say that right?
Yes, Edana.
Hey.
Hey,
Edana,
how are you?
Nice to talk to you. What's going on? Doing well.
I have been listening to you for a short period of time and know that you had talked about cod liver oil, and so I did a little bit of research on there. So I've got a couple of questions. On my research, I found that it said that children are really beneficial to cod liver oil. I've got a 5-year-old.
Right.
And I'm wondering, they say that it will help their mental and their, learning capacity kind of thing. And also, is it okay to just take the cod liver oil gel caps?
For the child or for you?
For me, and then how do I get the child to take cod liver oil?
Well, there's a couple things just on that note. Well, cod liver oil is phenomenal for kids and adults because it has vitamin A, which is important for our eye health. It's got vitamin D, which is actually a hormone, and it's good for bone health. It's good for hormones. It's good for everything in the body. It's one of the most important vitamins that we can, hormone, but it's one of the most important elements that we can put inside of our body for our immune systems and such. Cod liver oil, they make flavors in it now. We have a brand that we make, a chemist makes it, and it's got a citrus flavor to it. There's great brands at different health food stores now. Make sure they're mercury-free, though. Really do your research and find a good company that you can trust. But, they make them in orange flavor and lemon flavor and different ones. It's not that bad. But you can put, your child at 5 only needs about a half a teaspoon of cod liver oil, and you can put it in a little bit of natural organic applesauce or a little bit of yogurt, and it really cuts the taste. You won't even know that it's in there. But, a half a teaspoon a day, an adult, a tablespoon per day. The gel caps, the reason I'm not a big fan is the way they process and make those gel caps, they turn into a trans fatty acid. And that's obviously one of the top cancer-causing agents that we have. I'm not a big fan. And I wouldn't put them in my body to save my life. You always want to go with the oil. The oil is better. It's the purest form, and it absorbs and it processes very, very good. So that's the route that I would go when you're looking at cod liver oil. And yes, it is great for kids. Thanks for that call. Questions about your health, 888-283-7272 if you need a new prescription for your life. Susan from St. Louis, Missouri writes, I've been struggling with quitting smoking. I've done the patch. I've done everything I feel like, but I still can't kick this nasty habit. What can I do? What we're talking about, Susan, with cigarettes is nicotine. Remember, nicotine is the addictive substance, and all you've got to do is replace those nicotine receptors in the body, fill those up, and it'll be able to go away. What you want to take is a B vitamin based off of niacin called nicotinic acid. Nicotinic acid will block the effects of nicotine, replace those effects, and take care of the craving. It's unbelievable. We use it clinically all the time. You've got to get it in a liquid version, though. If you need help with that, go to your local health food store. Nicotinic acid always does the trick. Puts another hour in the chart. The show that's empowering your health. I'd like to thank our producers in the booth. To call the show, we missed you. You can always send me an email. We'll be right back with more Healthy Talk Radio. In the meantime, forget about the past. It's gone. Focus on today. That's your gift, and realize your best days are still ahead. You don't have to be your genetics. Your body can get well. Don't forget it. There's always hope to get your health back.
You could listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora. For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the Asa Rx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.